not willing to be closer to each other, then maybe we get it wrong.
How you doing, man?
So my name is Greg McKelvey. I'm on the organizing committee of Portland's Resistance with a bunch of other great folks. We meet every Sunday for 12 to 2, so and they're open for people that want to come organize with us. We'd love to have you out to come organize with us. So before we start, can we just take a second for everybody to meet somebody real quick? Please meet somebody, and we'll come back in like a minute, have a quick conversation, meet somebody.
Bill. Jan.
Hey Sam, how you doing?
Hi there, my name's Reed. Pleased to meet you. Are you warm enough?
John.
Nice to meet you. Okay.
Bob.
George. We need a George in there.
We do.
Awesome, thank you so much. Again, all of this is about community and community building, and that's why at every protest we hope that people come away knowing somebody new, because these are the people that are willing to fight for the same things that you're willing to fight for and care about the same things as you, and when stuff goes down, they're the ones that are gonna have your back. So today we are obviously gathered here today for multiple reasons, one of which the sort of catalyst of what happened here is the shooting of John Elefritz. I hope I'm saying the last name correctly. And we all saw the video, and I think that everybody can tell that from watching the video that something here is not right, right? We live in a country where police are continuously shooting people. We live in a city where police are continuously shooting people. Just in recent memory, we have Quantis Hayes, Terrell Johnson, and many more people that are on the list right here. This is not normal. There's countries across the world who are not shooting people at the rate that just the city of Portland is, right? And so when a lot of people come up with excuses, they say, well, oh, crimes were committed, or oh, he had a knife, or he had some problematic affiliations in the past, or something like that. None of that is a reason for somebody to be executed in the streets. And I don't think that Americans as people are any worse than the people in countries where the police are not gunning people down. Countries across Europe, countries across the world where police are not shooting people at these same troubling rates. It's not okay for police to decide to execute people in the streets, ever. Doesn't matter who the person was. It doesn't matter what their affiliations were. It doesn't matter what they were going through in that day. Police should not be executing people in the streets. And we all saw that video and saw that this person was outgunned, outmanned. There were 8 officers apparently that fired, and there's no reason that they should be that scared for their lives with somebody with a knife, right? If you're a police officer and you walk around our streets scared all the time and trigger happy, then maybe you shouldn't be a police officer.
Yeah.
At what point did we decide that policing is supposed to be a job with no risk, right? We see these people that say Blue Lives Matter, but policing isn't even in the top 5 dangerous jobs in the country. Where's Fishermen Lives Matter, right? A much more dangerous job than policing. But yet we don't see Fishermen Lives Matter, but yet we continuously see Blue Lives Matter. I'm not saying that policing isn't a dangerous job. I'm saying that when you sign up to be a police officer, there is some inherent risk, and you shouldn't be willing to shoot somebody over them having a knife, them being a criminal, or being accused of committing a crime at that moment. It doesn't matter who you are. That said, we have a mayor here who thinks that we need more police officers in this city.
No.
Specifically, we need 93 new police officers. I don't know why that's the magic number, but that's the magic number. It doesn't make sense, because we just saw in that video what police officers' solutions to different situations is. It's guns out, guns drawn, bullets flying, right? But that's not the solution that our community needs. We need more assistance. We need more services. We need to end the housing crisis that we're going through right now. We need more mental health services. We need more addiction services. We need support, not bullets, right? So there's going to be, so our mayor is going to keep trying to push for and get you, the people of Portland, to lobby for more police officers. And we're here to say that no, actually the people of Portland and us here today are going to do the exact opposite of that. So going around are some flyers that have city council members' numbers and emails on it. I want everybody that's here today, you don't have to get the flyer, but you at least need to be, I mean, it's 2018, most of us can Google what their numbers are, but you do need to actually do the call. And I know that most of us, I don't call anybody. It's only text. If somebody calls me, I'm like, what the hell is going on? But we need to make these calls, right? This is important. You need to send these emails because what the people that are still calling and using the phones are the exact same people that are asking for more police officers. So we need to combat that and use their tactic of calling our city council members and saying, no, we don't need more money for the police. What we actually need is more services. And to do that, we're going to be, hopefully, more and more people will be coming to the budget hearings where Ted Wheeler is expecting and calling for more people to come out and ask for more officers to come out and do the exact opposite. And so it's very important that everybody that's here today also makes these calls, also sends these emails, and also comes to the budget hearing, which I think we all should, because it's going to be far less wet and there's going to be chairs and more comfortable. And also another factor of this is the police union contract that you might have all remembered that many people got beat up out of the same building fighting against the police union contract that we just signed. And that's going to be up for negotiation again very soon here. And we need to start talking about it now. There's some things in there that are common sense that we should be removing and that other cities have done, such as Austin, Texas, where the city council unanimously voted against their new police union contract. So we need to start organizing against that now, because last time many people, street activists, were sort of late to the party on that, and it resulted in us getting beat up on these same steps. We're not going to make that same mistake this time. We're going to start organizing against that new contract and for a fair contract now. I want to remind people that we are also taking donations over here, and to make the point that while Ted Wheeler is calling for more officers, what we actually need is more assistance, more services. And if Ted Wheeler's not going to be making that call himself, then we're going to make it, okay? And so we're going to do whatever small part we can to gather more people as we gather more people here today, to gather more things to help our houseless community. So any donations that you make will be spread out to organizations that are doing that important work on the ground. So we have a couple speakers that are planned. Eventually after that, we are going to open up the mic if people want to say things. But we'll move straight into our first speaker, which is my friend Joanne Hardesty.
Thank you so much for the invitation to speak with you today. Like you, my heart broke when I saw that video. There is no reasonable explanation how a dozen quote-unquote well-trained professional police officers who have all been trained in mental health crisis intervention
Hey, how you doing?
would have made the decisions that they made on Saturday.
You got a camera with you?
When I hear that they had no choice, I ask you to consider that many, many, many bad decisions were made on Saturday. That's right. Many by Portland police officers at the scene. I understand there was a Multnomah County sheriff in it for some reason. And this is on top of the auditor's report on the gang enforcement unit that has 28 officers who don't take calls, don't assist in emergency activities. Their only job is to ride around the city of Portland looking for gang members. Now, there's a problem in Portland Police Bureau, and the problem is one of accountability. Not only is there no criteria for what a gang member is. There's no criteria for making stops. In a city with a 6% African American population total, 90% of the traffic stops were of African Americans. Totally unacceptable. The problem is, we normally, the only information we get about what is happening inside Portland Police Bureau comes from Portland Police Bureau. The 2 times since I've lived in Portland where we've had an independent, no skin in the game evaluation was when the Department of Justice came in 2012, and now just recently with the auditor's report on the gang enforcement unit. Now, when the DOJ came, they found Portland Police guilty of using excessive force against people with mental health issues and people with perceived mental health issues. That's right. Now, what was the DOJ's solution? They put Portland Police in charge of being first responders. I don't know about you, but that was the stupidest idea I'd ever heard. How about firefighters? How do you feel when you see a firefighter running towards you? You feel like help is on this way because they are trained to help. They are not trained to kill community members that don't do what they're told. I am running for Portland City Council because for the last 28 years, I have been banging my head against this brick wall. I have been asking, why is no one intellectually curious as to why so many African Americans are labeled gang members? In a city that prides itself on what? Being a sanctuary city? A city that is supposedly welcoming and inclusive? You can't have 50 years of progressive leadership and get the outcomes that we get. It is time for change. It is time for real leadership. And it is time for you to demand the kind of community police force that you want. We do not want a militarized police force that is scared of the community that they serve. Police will not solve our housing problem. Police will not solve the lack of mental health services. Police will not solve the fact that so many families in our community are insecure. I want police to go back to the basics. Anything that isn't about solving crime and preventing crime, I want them to stop doing. We need an audit of every position inside Portland Police Bureau. Because if the supervisors aren't supervising, why are they supervisors? If the people in charge are not managing their workforce, they are